Good morning, meteorologist Dean Davison from the Weather Pros and Responding Fire. We're going to talk about this waterlogged week, the flooding potential, why this is occurring, and the amount of rain we may see by the end of the week. I'm going to tell you right now, the Memorial Day weekend looks a lot better than what it does this week. There will be some sunshine the weekend. There might be an isolated storms, but we'll get into that as we talk about the flooding first and the threats that we will have here until then. So currently, watch warnings and advisories. This is 10 o'clock. You can see this is a urban flood advisory basically, and the rest of this area in the greens flood watch. This is going to remain in effect, flood watch, through Thursday, majority of Thursday. Just point blank, we're going to be getting inundated with rain, and lots of it. So we'll move on to the map, and I'll explain why we're getting this. Okay, so we have what was Tropical Storm Arthur. Okay, we have this low to the left, and this is part of the upper level troughing low here. So what's going to happen is this low is going to pretty much stay in place. These fronts are going to stay in place, and what that's going to allow to do, because remember it goes this way. So you have a northeast wind here, okay, southeast wind here. So you're going to have pushes of water continuously onto shoreline. That'll go up against these mountains that run here, which is the Appalachians and the Blue Ridge. And as it goes, you're going to see the clouds go up to the atmosphere, get heavy amounts of rain, and it just continues to fall. So it's called orographic lift. When that orographic lift occurs because of this strong onshore pattern from basically three lows, all pushing together, we're just getting a lot of moisture, just keep pushing up against the mountains. This is going to go on through Thursday night, possibly into Friday morning, with continuous amounts of push of moisture into the area. So rain's going to continue. You may have some breaks, not a whole lot, and flooding is a huge risk. As you see here, we're talking about water levels of 8 inches has been on some of the models, up to 9 inches. There may be places that get a foot of rain at the end of this. I'll explain to you right now. 10 o'clock. It's 1.62 inches Stewartsville, Bedford County. That's just since midnight. Okay, on your day on Tuesday, since midnight, 1.62 inches, and this is calling for up to 8 inches. So, and tomorrow, Wednesday and Thursday are going to be your worst days. Today is not going to be even as close to as bad as tomorrow and the next day, based on modeling data. So that's a bad sign. So biggest thing I'm going to tell you: turn around, don't drown. Let's be smart. If you see floodwaters, don't go through them. We don't need to put our rescuers and our first responders in risk. You don't want to put yourself in risk and your family in risk. It may look like it's just a puddle laying over the road that you can get through in a big truck. Let me explain to you. Sometimes underneath that, the road is gone into a big culvert. So then you drive into it and you go down, and then you need to be rescued. So I'm telling you, turn around, don't drown, don't risk it. If it's swift water, don't even think about it. I want to think about it either way, but swift water, 6 inches of swift water will carry a big truck, such as like a lifted truck, right down and away. So do not go through flooded roadways, please. Turn around, do not drown. So we'll go through the forecast, and we'll start with today. 54 degrees, flooding rain. This will probably much. You're going to see this next 2 days. It's flooding rain as the forecast. It's just the way it is. Okay. So we get into the actual 5-day, and rain straight through Saturday PM, thunderstorms, 72. It starts warming up. Sunday, pretty much Sunday might not be the same thing, but in the 80s. So there is light at the end of the tunnel, but until then, we need to watch for copious amounts of rain and flooding. Please have multiple ways of getting warnings, and we'll talk to you again soon. We'll cut in live, we'll do lives if we get flooding rains and things like that. We'll talk. Meteorologist Dean Davison, thank you for watching. Please be safe out there.